Hello, Kingdom Health family. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I pray everyone is doing well, that you're doing well on this thankful, terrific, prosperous Tuesday. If you're catching me on the replay, that's fine. I pray that you're doing well today, whether it's starting or it's ending. Today, we are talking about brain fog. This has come by popular request, especially after last week's live when it came to the topic of dementia prevention, preserving our brain, our mental health, the way our brain functions, preventing the diagnosis of dementia. And then, of course, the next question came, what about brain fog? So today we're talking about brain fog. And how do we even recognize the signs and symptoms of brain fog? We may even reterm this as mental fog or mental fatigue. It is not a diagnosis. It is just that, a symptom. And it lets us know that something in the body is off. And it's something that we should stop, take a minute, pay attention to, especially if we've been experiencing this day after day. So what are some signs and symptoms of brain fog or mental fatigue or not having mental clarity? It's just that, having difficulty remembering things. We're a lot more forgetful, mentally sluggish. So our words may take some time to come out versus what we're thinking is not able to come out as fast as our words are being articulated. We can become easily overwhelmed. Our thoughts are slow in motion. That's a sign of brain fog and mental fog. We can lose our train of thought. We can have trouble concentrating, focusing. And a lot of times we might think it's just ADHD and or inattention. But this could be brain fog or mental fog. Again, a symptom. Slow word recall. We can be mentally fatigued and tired, even though we've gotten the sleep. We can have head pressure and head heaviness too as well. So those are some common signs and symptoms of brain fog and when brain fog may be happening in our bodies. So what are some common causes of this? Well, some common causes are stress, which causes a dysregulation to our cortisol level. So if we're high stress or have either a high stress environment or high stress time period, brain fog and mental fog can show up. And I'm sure we might have experienced this, especially if we have those periods and times of stress. We might find that we're more forgetful. We're not having high energy as well. And just like our mind isn't tapped in with the activity that we're involved in. We can also have this. Another reason why brain fog can be present is if we have poor gut health. So if we're constipated, serotonin is created in our gut as well. So sometimes you might have heard the phrase that our gut is our second brain. If we're not having regular bowel function, we can have a lot more brain fog. So pay attention to your gut and your bowel functions. If we're not having enough sleep, if we're running on Dunkin' or Starbucks or the local coffee shop, if we're not getting enough sleep, we're going to have more brain fog, mental fatigue, have difficulty with word finding. Post-COVID or even chronic infections can cause that mental fatigue and that brain fog. So some people, brain fog was a common symptom, especially after COVID, especially in the beginning stages. So some vitamin deficiencies as well can cause this brain fog. Poor glucose control, poor blood sugar control can also cause brain fog. Gluten sensitivities, food sensitivities can cause brain fog. Sometimes that's the only symptom that people have. They eat a certain thing, whether it involves gluten or not, and they notice that brain fog and brain fatigue shows up. So that's an indication that you could have a food sensitivity to that particular product. So keep those things in mind. When we notice that brain fog is there, when we notice that mental fog is there, there are things that we can do. One, don't ignore it. It's an indication that something's off in the body, and we should definitely pay attention to that. Another thing that we can do is we can hydrate. It's key to hydrate to the point where our urine is yellow, it's pale, and it's clear. Yellow, pale, and clear without sediment. So there's no particles in our urine. That's a way that we know that we're well hydrated. And that's key because dehydration can also cause brain fog. Sometimes we're taking medications. Brain fog can also be caused by medication side effects. And sometimes those medications cause our urine to be really dark, but we can still hydrate to lighten that urine. And we know also that we're well hydrated. Anything to reduce inflammation in the body can help reduce that brain fog and that mental fatigue. Again, that could be correlated with our sleep habits. That can be correlated with the foods that we eat, the beverages that we drink too as well. So pay attention. Joints can give us some indication too as to whether there's inflammation in our body, as well as blood work. Exercising, body movement is key for cognitive function. So when we exercise, we move our body, increase the blood flow to our brain. That can help to reduce brain fog. Another thing that we can do is reduce our screen time. Now, every waking minute that we have, sometimes, what do? We grab our cell phones, we grab our iPad, whatever electronic device. And sometimes we don't need to do that. We just checked Facebook. We just checked Instagram. We just checked TikTok not too long ago. And still yet, we're picking up our phones. We are overloaded, sometimes inundated with so much information, whether it's the news, whether it's the latest trend, whether it's watching the kids to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing or not doing what they're not supposed to be doing on social media, things of that sort. Inundated with so much information. And sometimes we're overwhelmed with that. And because of that, and that alone causes that brain fog, that mental fatigue, because we've had a full day of work, we've had a full day of class, school, whatever it is, the day has been full enough. And then we add more and we don't give our brains enough rest like we should. And then we struggle with mental fatigue and mental fog and brain fog, however we term it. So stop, take a minute, take a break. I know I've been keeping track on my phone to see how much time I've been spending on the phone. And sometimes, yes, there's different reasons why I need my phone, even for work sometimes. But if we keep track, we can see how much idle time are we using to pick up those electronic devices. So keep those things in mind. For all the multitaskers, the last tip that I want to provide is really let's complete one task at a time. One task at a time. We sometimes want to praise multitasking, but doing multiple things all at once, we lose focus right there. That alone can cause brain fog. That alone can cause brain fatigue and forgetfulness because we're doing too much all in one sitting. So instead, let's change the script, change and shift the narrative. Instead of praising, doing multiple things all at once, focus on one thing at a time and reduce the rates of brain fog, brain fatigue, mental fatigue, all those symptoms, because the forgetfulness may not be because something is wrong, but we're just doing too much. So we have the choice today between life and death, blessings and curses. I call on all of heaven to witness the decision that you and I make. Oh, that we would choose life so that we can live and we can teach our children to do the same, that they won't be mentally fatigued and overwhelmed and struggle with brain fog, but instead they can be prosperous and they can be in good health. We have the choice. So choose life today. Blessings, everyone. I look forward to seeing you here again on next week, Tuesday, on the live or on the replay. And I pray that you would choose life, stay how you're going to choose life. And let's ensure that our brains remain in good health and our mental health remains stable as well by doing one thing at a time. That's going to be my choice this week. What's your choice today? Go ahead and put hashtag I choose life. Focus on one thing at a time. And I'll see you here next week. All right. Be blessed, everyone. Bye-bye.